Hi, I'm Ryan Szymanski, curator for Battleship New Jersey Museum and Memorial, and today we've got a very special video for you from Yokosuka, Japan. We are standing outside of one of the 16.1-inch gun barrels recovered from the battleship Mutsu. Now, this gun barrel is very cool. It's super interesting to me because of the fleet that it was built for. We'll talk about that more in a minute. We made it to Yokosuka today because we were in Taiwan with the folks from Lucid, helping them recover parts from the former USS Implicit, the last ship of Lucid's class left where they could recover the parts that they needed. The Taiwanese government let us come over there and do that, and we got everything off of the ship that we possibly could, and then a typhoon hit. So the Lucid guys are still over there getting all their stuff in Connex boxes to ship back to the United States, but we chose to fly out ahead of the typhoon, and to avoid flying through the typhoon, we hopped up north to Japan to catch a flight 24 hours later back to the United States. So while we were here, we decided to see some of the sites historic to battleships. Now, unfortunately, given that we're in country less than 24 hours, we don't have all that much time to see stuff. So we're going to hit one or two things, including this gun barrel here. So the Japanese 41 centimeter gun, or 16.14 inch gun, is a very cool weapon. It was designed based on British designs. It's the first battleship caliber gun designed entirely in Japan. It was designed in 1914. It was first fielded in 1921 when the battleship Nagato was commissioned. Only the battleships Nagato and Mutsu received these guns, but it was intended for a much larger fleet program, probably my favorite Japanese fleet program at all time. This was the post-World War I fleet program known as the 8-8 plan, or sometimes the 888 plan. And this plan called for 8 battleships and 8 battle cruisers to be built over the course of 8 years. Now, this was the time period when battleships still reigned supreme. Submarines have come out, aircraft have come out. Billy Mitchell has even used aircraft to sink old pre-dreadnought and dreadnought type battleships that aren't moving and don't have damage control. But those weapon systems still cannot reach out and sink battleships with any sort of reliability. So battleships still reign supreme, and with the end of World War I, the victorious powers, Japan, the United States, and Great Britain, start to get into a naval arms race, and Japan's contribution to this naval arms race is the 888 plan, of which, for this entire worldwide battleship arms race, only 5 ships are going to be completed as designed. 3 of the 4 American Colorado-class battleships and the 2 Nagato-class battleships. All of these ships saw major increases in size with at least 16-inch guns. On the American side, you had the Colorados, the 1st South Dakotas, and the Lexington-class battlecruisers. The British had their paper designs, which were probably never intended to be built, but were designs that could be traded away at the Washington Naval Treaty, such as the G3 class battle cruisers. And of course, Japan had the 2 Nagatos, the 2 Kagas, slightly larger battleships, the Amagi class battle cruisers, and then a subsequent class of fast battleships slash battle cruisers, and a subsequent class of, those would have been called the Keys, K-I-I, I guess that's key. And then a subsequent class, the number 13 class, which were going to be 18-inch armed battleships. Yeah, 2 decades before Yamato is built, the Japanese are already planning an 18-inch armed super battleship, in this case a class of 4 ships. It's unclear if any of the victorious powers had the economic capabilities post-World War I to complete any of their fleet building programs. The United States is laying down 16 capital ships. The British have 8 planned that are never laid down. The Japanese are planning on laying down 16 of their own. And all of these countries have really aggressive building schedules with something like 2 years for the ships on the blocks, and then they're launched and the next ship is immediately laid down. At the end of the day, everybody gets together at Washington in 1921, 1922 and decides, hey, this is crazy building all of these ships in peacetime. It's just going to be another dreadnought arms race that leads to another global war. Now in the 21st century, all of those ships that were completed are gone. Nagato is sunk during the atomic bomb tests, Mutsu blows up in port in 1943, and the American battleships are scrapped in the 1950s. But this gun barrel is one of the last surviving relics of that time period that has been raised and put on display so that folks can walk up and see it. And we're super lucky that we were able to come out and see it. It's super exciting to be able to see. This is really one of the only physical examples of the Washington Naval Treaty, which is important and should be studied historically as basically the first strategic arms limitation treaty. Battleships were the strategic arms of their day, and by meeting together after World War I and coming up with a treaty that nobody was really happy with at the end of the day, but hey, that's what makes a good compromise, the various victorious powers were able to put off another war for 20 years, a generation. Now, maybe that's not an example of a perfect treaty, but it really is one of the first times that you have multiple major nations, industrialized nations, getting together and limiting the military technology that they're going to build. What's your favorite naval building program? Let us know in the comment section down below. Is it the German Plan Z, as ridiculous as that was? I think the Japanese 888 plan, while very much a stretch and probably going to bankrupt the nation, was much more likely to happen than Plan Z. But let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Battleship New Jersey receives operating support from the New Jersey Department of State, as well as from a number of other businesses and private individuals like yourselves. We really appreciate your support. There's a link in the description below if you'd like to donate to support the museum. You can also support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing so more people find about the museum and our channel. Thanks for watching.